Hey there YouTube, EctoMaster here with more ghost talk for you. This time we have another two-parter from Nuke's Top 5 because they did a Top 10. So seeing as it's pushing 30 minutes, I figured I'd break it down from 10 to 6, and then we'll have another video of 5 to 1. So link is down below. I am recording this live over on the Twitch side, the purple side. So if you want to come and join it, it's twitch.tv/EctoMaster. Link for that is down below as well. But as with some of the other videos, I think I did a Sir Spooks. I have watched this already. I have been dealing with a bit of an allergy issue, so I do apologize in advance for delayed videos and the like. But don't forget, speaking of to like, subscribe, and all of that down below. But enough about me. Let's get into the video. We're here for ghosts.
Top 10 ghosts caught on camera.
Now, how I'm going to break this down is I'm going to do a 10 to 6 and then a 5 to 1. So it'll be two separate videos.
Something in the sewer. Now, this next strange video was recorded for educational purposes by the Athens, Georgia Public Utilities Department. The clips were actually filmed as an educational video for kids, to show children what you can and can't flush down a toilet. The footage shows a robotic camera being guided through a long sewer system. Everything appears normal until the camera approaches something very strange in the dark water. Something that almost looks like a small headless pale torso appears to be disturbed by the camera, and a creepy looking hand seems to reach out and attempt to grab at the lens.
So, just going off of that, being in the sewer, I mean, it doesn't seem to be a very big pipe. It's the Ninja Turtles, obviously. It is completely 100% the Ninja Turtles. No, I'm kidding. More than likely, this is just a frog or a lizard of some sort. It happens.
I have no idea what this is, and neither does anyone at the Athens Public Utilities Department. They claim the footage is still under investigation. So for now, this eerie figure is a complete and total mystery. The ghosts of the Queen Mary. Paranormal investigator and author Brandon Alvis, who some of you might know from the popular TV series Ghost Hunters, has dedicated...
I've watched Ghost Hunters. I don't recognize him, so he must be from some of the newer ones.
Many years of his life to researching and recording the paranormal. But even for Brandon, there is one investigation that stands out as particularly creepy. And that is the investigation of the historic RMS Queen Mary. The RMS...
Now, on my channel, we have watched a lot of videos and investigations of the Queen Mary. So it is pretty... There has been some pretty cool stuff, some questionable things. So, you know.
Queen Mary sailed the North Atlantic Ocean from 1936 to 1967, serving as both a cruise ship and even an Allied troop.
You know what? Screw it. If you see me responding to chat, I'm going to respond to chat. If you want to see it in real time, come join over on Twitch. I stream it live. How's it going, Misunderstood?
Ship during World War II. The ship has seen its fair share of tragic deaths.
There just won't be any alerts going off for everybody.
A little girl who drowned in the ship's swimming pool. Many visitors and employees claim that the ship's swimming pool area is very haunted. And some even say that they've seen the spirits of both women and children dressed in 1930s style swimsuits. While investigating the swimming pool area, Brandon and a fellow investigator both hear something disturbing.
Come closer. No way. That was someone that yeah. Go. Yeah.
An unknown voice yells out from somewhere nearby.
I hate to say it, but they sound like they're being piped in because they sound way too clear. Now, I've watched some investigations, especially recently, of like the USS Salem. A group did an investigation of that, and yeah, there was some Class A's, but all three of these Class A's in the same area, not likely. Not only that, but the second Get Out doesn't sound like Get Out. It sounds like hello. It almost sounds like hello, hello. It's just, there's something off about this. I love a good EVP. EVPs are probably the bread and butter of investigations, but I've got questions.
That's not all.
Seeing as there was only one group that recently had gotten access to the swimming pool area, and it is just recently. I want to know how he got access.
All that Brandon captured on the RMS Queen Mary. Now, Brandon is completely alone except for one other investigator and a security guard. The pool is empty and is no longer in use, and the area is off limits to all other guests. So what happens next is truly chilling.
Mainly because the pool is the area is very, very dangerous, very unstable. So they were only allowing a maximum of about 3 people on the balcony, and only on the balcony and only in one spot, because they knew it was stable. The rest of it is not.
Did you
now
see
what we have here is
someone or
a
something
case
can
of
be seen in one
pareidolia.
of the swimming pool changing stalls. The chilling figure appears to have glowing eyes as it watches the small group from the shadows. Brandon
I think
says
they're
that they
just. I think it's just light playing off of
did not
things.
see anything at the time of the recording. So just who or what is lurking in the dark? Let me know what you think. You can read about Brandon Alvis's spooky experiences while investigating haunted places in his new book, Elements of a Haunting. Cradle.
The only downside to a written account of an investigation and something like that is that it is no more than just a story in and of itself. And that's all it is. It's not evidence. It's just a story.
Creeper. Proud parents Kaylee and Stuart have a TikTok account dedicated to their newborn daughter, Rin May. The account usually chronicles happy experiences from the young family's life. So when this next video was posted, their viewers were shocked.
So, right off the bat, my first guess would be a cat. That is what my first guess would be. Even if, yeah.
Night
My
vision
first guess
cameras
would be
first
a-
capture a
what a
bizarre
cat.
unexplained shadow in the upper left corner of the room.
Cat.
Then what seems like a creepy little hand can be seen clawing at little Rin May's crib mattress.
It looked
The
like paws.
newborn
It looks like a
sleeps
cat.
right through it, but Dad Stewart hears the noise and wakes up. And just as Stewart looks over at the crib, the hand quickly disappears out of sight.
Yeah, it can be a
Parents
cat.
Kaylee and Stewart are very disturbed by the incident and say that they have no idea what they captured on camera.
The cat.
Haunted
It is very, very, very likely to be a cat.
by the past.
Cats be creepy, yo. Let me tell you, they be creepy. I got stories of my cats just like pushing the bathroom door open while I'm going and just staring at me. It's just
Paranormal investigator Alex from the YouTube channel Hunting the Unknown is joined by his friend
Hunting
Tony
the
as they set out to investigate the
Unknown.
allegedly haunted Knowlton Church in Dorset, England. The ancient church has been left in ruins, sitting in an empty field. However, this wasn't always the case. Over 500 years ago, the church was surrounded by a thriving English village. Then, tragedy struck. In the year 1485, all of the village's inhabitants, men, women, and children, were struck down by the sickness of the bubonic plague, aka the Black Death.
Black Death.
No one in the village survived.
Dun, dun,
The old
dun.
crumbling church is said to be forever haunted by their spirits. So, cut back to modern times, and in the dark of night, the two investigator team, Haunting the Unknown, explored the old molten church. They get a few responses from their spirit box, and their motion-activated lights are triggered a few times. But nothing too dramatic. That is, except for when they start to explore with their thermal camera. What they catch is shocking.
So guys, we're trying something new, but we've got a thermal camera attached to my phone. We're going to try and turn it on and see if we can try and see anything on camera. The balls are still going like this, so we're going to try and aim it in this direction and see what we can get. So let's get into that. I don't know if that camera... Oh, what? Oh man, what the we just caught? What? What the is that? Oh, no way. Literally just there, mate.
There we go. It's there. Whatever it is, it's there, bro. Mate. Mate, that's a person.
Look, it's like a kid. Runs off. Over there, behind that.
Now, I'm just going to throw this out here. I've seen a lot of thermal imaging or thermal videos and things like that. There's a very good possibility that the camera is just adjusting to the area, and therefore it isn't finalized yet. It's not finished.
Yeah,
like here.
Over in the corner.
It runs off here, and it goes like that into here, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
A childlike figure can be seen running past Alex and then disappearing right into a solid stone wall. The investigators are shocked by their capture of what appears to be a child spirit running around in the church. So could this be the ghost of a little boy or girl who was one of the tragic victims of the plague so many centuries ago? Let me know your thoughts down below. Before we move on to the next video, if you see anything that you think should be included in the top 5, contact us at nukestop5@gmail.com. The New Bern Haunting. Sam Aldridge, his wife, and 2 young children live in a beautiful home in New Bern, North Carolina that was built in the late 1950s. Although the home is charming and spacious, Sam says that the property's history is not good. One of the previous owners passed away in the upstairs master bedroom, and the remains of 2 unidentified individuals were found buried in the backyard. Cause of death unknown. Sam and his wife have both witnessed creepy, unexplained activity in the house, and they believe their home might be haunted. Even their family dog Loki seems very disturbed by what's going on.
He has no shot collar, no shot collar at all. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and take this off just so y'all know that there's nothing there. Come on, bud. Hey, it's okay. It's okay, buddy. Settle down. Oh.
So, a dog not wanting to be upstairs. Allow me to give a little story. I have 3 cats in my house, and we have 2 stories to the house. Due to some situations, one cat spends the majority of her time upstairs. One of them spends most of her time upstairs. She'll come down every now and then. The third one refuses to go upstairs. Now, the other 2 have had run-ins with the dogs, which has caused them to want to stay upstairs away from the dogs, who are, for the most part, downstairs the entire day. The third one, there is no reason for her to not want to be upstairs. She just doesn't want to be. And in fact, any attempt to bring her up the stairs to the second level, as soon as she gets there and you set her down, she just bolts down the stairs. Some animals just don't want to do it. Now, what's even more interesting is that she had no problem being upstairs in the previous house that we lived in. But right now, she really doesn't want to be upstairs.
I posted it.
But the thing is, the dog isn't reacting to it. The dog is just sitting there.
See, now he's gonna fucking run and leave me up here like a douchebag. See?
Yeah, because he doesn't want to be
Straight up.
upstairs.
Sam says that not only does the house have an odd history, but an odd layout as well. In particular, there is a strange door upstairs that seems to lead nowhere and has no stairs leading up to it. In a video, as Sam explains where the door is located.
Now, I've had someone say to me that this used to be, an attic, and there was probably a ladder attached to it, or attached to the door so you could get to it. And of course, over time, that has been removed, so now you have to have another ladder to actually get to it.
He captures something downright creepy.
You can kind of see just how high up that door actually is if you're on the bottom floor. Yeah, you're looking at 10 plus 8, so you're looking at least 18 feet from your feet coming down. Why the f?
A strange shadow figure can be seen and two different voices can be heard seemingly speaking to Sam.
If you're on the bottom floor, bottom floor, why the f?
Sam has no idea.
That almost sounds like it's in the room itself, not like added extra. The other one almost sounds like the zoom on the camera.
What he just captured and
Unless
simply
he's using his
explains that
phone.
the area behind the door is attic storage space. So, one night Sam begins to hear strange sounds throughout his house. He hits record on his phone.
So I will say, interesting with the EVPs, but that's about it.
And goes to investigate. And that's when he sees something that shocks him to his core.
Easily could have been him knocking on something as he has one hand holding the phone. The other hand could go. Simple and easy. I've covered spooky eyes, I think, in one of the last videos. I don't believe in anything that has glowing eyes in a video.
Holy.
Yep.
What looks like
Don't
creepy
believe it.
glowing wide-set eyes seem to appear out of the darkness, peering at Sam as he stares back in terror. Whatever it is then just seems to disappear. And that's not all that Sam has captured inside his haunted home. The creepy activity even starts to occur in the middle of the day.
Which, to be quite honest, just as a parent, I haven't investigated, but as an enthusiast, paranormal activity can happen at any point. Nighttime it's not solely to nighttime. The reason why most investigators investigate at night, number one, it helps with night vision cameras, honestly. Number two, there's less interference, i.e., where you're not getting in. There's no people. There's less animals. There's less cars. All of that during the daytime is much more active, much more happening. During the evening, not so much. So it's easier to rule out a car or an animal when you're inside a building when it's nighttime, because it's less likely to happen. Strange camera video glitch on a cell phone camera. That doesn't make sense for it to do that.
A loud sound startles Sam, and when he turns around, a white translucent figure appears to push a rocking horse, causing it to rock slowly back and forth.
So J.J.
Now, with all
Abrams
this
came around.
collected and highly disturbing footage, of course Sam's TikTok following is undecided
Oh, it's on TikTok.
on whether to believe his story or just write it off as another elaborate TikTok hoax.
I take a lot of TikTok with a very big grain of salt because a lot of it's fake. A lot of it is staged.
So is it real supernatural activity?
I would say no, it's not.
Or just some very good...
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm about 80% sure. The eyes, the glowing eyes, if you're staging that one thing, you're staging all of it.
Editing. As always, I leave that up to you to decide. The Village of Shadows. Japanese paranormal...
Alright, so that is it for this video. We'll be back in another video with part 2 of this. And then we'll go from there. So, see you guys in the next one. Hope you enjoyed this first. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Afraid of no ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts.